Can 2025 really be worse than 2024? No chance, if you're wondering why. Let's take a look at the disastrous and stupidest moments that made 2024 one of the worst years ever. From war tragedies and accidents to weather disasters, and even shocking Hollywood gossip. It all adds up. Let's get started. War. A tragedy that has marked human history for centuries, continues to devastate lives today. From ancient battles to world wars and ongoing conflicts, 2024 was no exception, witnessing some of the most tragic events that made it one of the worst years in terms of war-related devastation. The toll of lives lost, countless injuries, and widespread destruction have been staggering. The most concerning part, the complexity and interconnectedness of global conflicts are creating new enemies and rivals, intensifying the chaos. 2024 saw international conflicts severely impact global stability. While the war between Russia and Ukraine continued to escalate, the situation in Gaza and Palestine worsened as well. The violence spread further, with fighting between Hezbollah and Israel, and the ongoing war in Syria. The conflict index showed alarming levels of violence in countries like Palestine, Myanmar and Sudan. The worst part? Over 200,000 innocent lives were lost in these war-torn regions, with more than 5,500 fatalities per month. The heartbreaking reality is that the quest for power has only caused more suffering for civilians. Children losing parents, families torn apart, and many left disabled and in misery for the rest of their lives when it comes to war and violence. 2024 could hardly have been worse. So, beyond the endless battles between nations and groups fighting for power, why can't they see that shedding blood over power is one of the stupidest acts ever? Worst climate ever. Global warming has been a major concern for world leaders for decades, despite the efforts of environmentalists and authorities to reverse the damage. It's not an easy task due to factors like urbanization, industrialization, and deforestation. While billionaires like Elon Musk launch projects to explore other planets in case Earth reaches its tipping point, people still hold on to hope that we can save our planet. However, in 2024, it became clear that if we don't act quickly, the consequences could be far worse. Many weather patterns are now out of sync, and 2024 experienced some of the hottest temperatures on record, leading to extreme weather events like floods, droughts, and storms. These disasters hit hardest in countries already struggling with conflicts, compounding their difficulties in regions like East Africa. Displaced people from wars face the additional hardship of being forced to move once again due to climate-related disasters. For example, between March and May 2024, heavy rains caused severe flooding in East African countries such as Kenya, Burundi, and Somalia. This flooding affected refugee camps and shelters for internally displaced people, making their already difficult lives even worse. In southern Brazil, floods in May displaced over 500,000 people, while countries like Yemen, Sudan, and parts of West and Central Africa saw catastrophic flooding that affected displaced populations as well. In total, at least 12,000 deaths were linked to these extreme climate events. So, will 2025 be better or worse? Political drama. Politics always seems to stir up its fair share of drama, and 2024 was no exception. The United States presidential election stole the spotlight as the heated competition between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris unfolded. The campaigns were nothing short of bizarre, with Trump making strange statements on stage and even enlisting unusual spokespersons, like comedians facing sexual harassment allegations to represent him. One of the most talked about moments was when Trump visited McDonald's and served French fries himself. While some saw it as an attempt to connect with everyday Americans, others couldn't help but view it as a publicity stunt gone wrong, despite the controversies. Donald Trump was elected as the 47th President of the United States in November 2024. This election can be called the ultimate what-if moment, leaving many wondering about the future, the direction of US politics, and its ripple effects on the global economy, remains uncertain under Trump's leadership. Messed up Hollywood. Hollywood in 2024 wasn't just filled with bizarre moments, it was packed with scandals and shocking controversies. One of the most talked about stories was the P. Diddy scandal, which dominated headlines as numerous men, women, and even celebrities came forward as alleged victims. The situation escalated when authorities raided Diddy's mansions in Miami and Los Angeles. What they found was shocking, not just weapons and drugs, but thousands of bottles of baby oil. These discoveries brought his infamous freak-off parties into the spotlight, dragging some of Hollywood's most powerful figures into the scandal. It revealed just how chaotic and dark the industry could be behind closed doors. On the movie front, It Ends With Us may have been a hit, but the drama behind the scenes was equally headline-worthy. Blake Lively, who played the lead, publicly accused her co-star Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment during filming. The situation even reached legal levels. Although Baldoni denied the allegations, fans speculated whether his actions, or those of the crew, were part of a larger effort to manipulate public perception and cover up deeper issues. But it wasn't just Hollywood stars making waves. Some influencers took the drama to new levels. Florida influencer Caroline Calloway sparked outrage during Hurricane Milton in October, despite mandatory evacuation orders for high-risk areas, including her home in Sarasota. She posted videos on social media refusing to leave, already labelled by some as the worst influencer ever and a scammer. Her antics were seen as a reckless attempt to stay in the spotlight, even during a life-threatening situation. It was the kind of move that left everyone shaking their heads at how far influencers would go for attention. If you've made it to 2025, consider yourself fortunate after enduring the chaos and bizarre moments of 2024. From the strangest headlines to the heartbreaking tragedies of ongoing wars, those who survived truly count as the luckiest. Here's to hoping that 2025 brings more reasons to be hopeful. What's the weirdest thing you heard about in 2024? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with us. Thank you for watching.